Hey guys, Andrew Sluder, pastor of Bible Baptist Church, coming to you with a quick video on something very interesting that I found in a Webster's 1828 dictionary. Now, I am a dispensationalist. That means that I believe that God has given different truths to different men and revealed himself in different ways at different times. I believe that the biblical command to study is to divide, rightly dividing the word of truth, 2 Timothy 2:15. And as a dispensationalist, I recognize clear and distinct dispensings of revelation by God. So, the first definition, if you look in Webster's 1828 dictionary, the first definition of a dispensation is distribution, the act of dealing out to different persons or places. The second one is the dealing of God to his creatures, the distribution of good and evil, natural or moral, in the divine government. So we understand the word dispensation, which is used 4 times in the King James Bible, all by the Apostle Paul, are a dispensing of something. It is a dispensing of truth. But here's something very interesting. Most people would disagree with my definition of dispensationalism and the fact that the Scriptures is divided up into different dispensations. And what they'll do is they'll pinpoint and say, well, that wasn't thought of until 1830 with John Nelson Darby. John Nelson Darby is the father of dispensationalism, and he's the one that came up with all that kooky, wild doctrine of dividing up and saying there's a different truth for them and a truth now and things work differently. Well, listen to what Webster's 1828 dictionary says. Not 1830, Webster's 1828. The fourth definition, it says, that which is dispensed or bestowed, a system of principles and rights enjoined. A system of principles and rights enjoined. As the Mosaic dispensation, the gospel dispensation, including the former, talking about the Mosaic, the Levitical law and rights, the latter, the scheme of redemption by Christ. So right there in the Webster's 1828 dictionary, you find a clear and precise definition of dispensationalism or a dispensation. It is a time period or a dispensing of truth, and it is a revelation by God, a system of principles and rights. And then it also says that there's one called the law and one called grace, or as it says here, the gospel dispensation. And it compares and contrasts the two and shows the difference. One dealing with the Levitical law and rights, and the other dealing with the scheme of redemption by Christ. And interestingly enough, that is the two major dispensations often compared to in the Scripture. For we are not under the law, but we are under grace. All throughout the Pauline epistles, we find that very comparison that's made in the Webster's 1828 dictionary in his writings. It's so fascinating, so interesting, and there's your little nugget of truth tucked away in the Webster's 1828 dictionary. Listen, folks, the idea that dispensationalism and the different dispensing of truth to different men in different times, that was invented in 1830, that is a lie. Do your research. Look online. Read some books. Read some theologians throughout the centuries. This idea is not a new one. It's not a heretical one. And listen, it's actually a very commonly held one. So I'm a firm dispensationalist, and I am proud of it. God bless you is my prayer.